Hey YouTube, welcome back to another History Teacher Reacts video. Mr. Terry, as I continue my search for historical knowledge found here on the internet. Alright, so recently I did a reaction video to the animated music video for Night Witches, and that was really cool. I love the video. It's a great song, and as a history fan as well as, somebody into rock music, of course, Sabaton is a great fit. Anyways, I got a ton of feedback after I did that reaction video saying I should have actually watched this video that they had done where they combined the video with the story. And rather just go back to that, I went and watched and you learn more about the Night Witches, which was super cool. But then people were saying that they did a similar thing for No Bullets Fly. So they have a story as well as going along with the video. And that's great because I don't remember which song this is and I don't know the story. So I'm really anxious to check this out and to learn about it because all their songs I know about specific historical events, and it's been a great way to learn about a lot of things I didn't know about. And that's the cool thing I like about Sabaton is they're getting people into history combined with awesome music. So I'm definitely excited to check this out. Okay, the original video link is down below. Make sure you support Sabaton because, again, like I said, they're doing a great job for history education and exposing people to things, and they also support channels like mine that are trying to go that even further with that. So click the link down below, give it the view, like, subscribe to them. If you like this song, of course, and you haven't heard them, I'm sure you're going to like everything because it's just good stuff. All right, with that, let's go ahead and get started. All right, we are going to war, so I better get prepared. All right. Looks like this is about to get real very quickly.
It's December the 20th, 1943, and in the freezing air high above Germany, Second Lieutenant Charles "Charlie" Brown is at the controls of his B-17F, ye old pub.
Okay.
At 11:30, approaching the target of the Focke-Wulf plant near Bremen, the pub is rocked as 4 explosions go off right in front of the B-17. A cry comes across the intercom. "We're hit!" In the plexiglass nose, a huge hole had been made. An icy cold wind was being blown inside, making freezing conditions for the crew. Engine 2 had been hit, and co-pilot Spencer "Pinky" Luke let out an expletive as he noticed a huge hole in the right wing. Releasing their bombs over the factory, the crew turned to the north, planning to head over the coast, then turn west for home. With one engine out and engine 4 now faulty, the pub started to fall back from the formation.
Okay, so it's bombing raid here. It's apparently especially cold up in these temperatures. By the way, how amazing it is it that these planes can take this kind of fire and then still be able to continue. Plus these just amazing crewmen that keep going. Have an engine out and they're ripping apart the front, and then their wing has been hit, and they're still going through the mission. That's incredible dedication right there.
With another damaged plane. Sam "Blackie" Blackford in the ball turret watched as it disappeared into a cloud bank. There was an orange flash in the cloud. "Bandits!" Eckie shouted as 5 BF-109s streaked from the cloud bank. Then another cry. "Bandits!" as 8 FW-190s were spotted in formation ahead of the pub. Sergeant Bertram "Frenchy" Coulomb in the turret shot the 190 out of the sky. The navigator, Al "Doc" Sadek, took out the second. Pinky reported that engine 3 had been hit. That left just one engine at full power. The BF-109s attacked the pub from behind, swarming all over. But due to the cold wind running through the pub, most of the guns were frozen.
Oh, wow.
In a turn now, the pub was repeatedly hit, taking extreme damage and killing the tail gunner. A shell penetrated and exploded near the waist gunners.
Okay. How is this still a thing? How are they still able to do this? Gunner's out. The ship is in pieces. I mean, he's trying to get home now, but holy crap.
During the crew and creating a huge hole, the oxygen supply was taken out and the pub spun towards the ground. With the crew unconscious due to lack of oxygen, the B-17 fell for 4 miles.
Whoa.
Charlie started to come around and grabbed the controls, pulling back as the plane continued to fall. 5,000 feet, 4,000 feet, 3,000
Whoa!
feet. Just moments from hitting the earth, the plane pulled up, almost scraping the trees as it did.
This is like a movie. All right, that is insane story of what's happening there, and I just knowing with how devastating aerial wars were in the world wars, these stories would be very common. Usually, you don't hear the end of them though because they don't end well, and fortunately, lifespans and for these pilots was so low, and this guy seems very lucky to be honest. All right, looks like we're getting the song now. Yes! Sabaton. What a great intro.
From down below, one enemy spotted. So hurry up, rearm and refuel. But through the bombers damage that dream. See wounded men scatter the ball.
Let's see. Do they have subtitles? Usually they do. Okay, awesome. I love that when they do that in here.
To the right and then look again. And see the enemy in the eye. No bullets fly, spared by his mercy. Escorted out of harm's way. Fly, fighting fair is the code of the air.
Whoa. Okay, so wait. So the plane's going down. They see it going on, and the enemy pilots are pulling off. Is that what they're referring to? The code of the air here. So they could have finished this guy off. Wow. 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 So not only are they letting him go by, but they're helping him out. They're helping him get out of the way or out of the war zone so he could maybe make a safe landing. That's pretty touching. By the way, the song's great. So saying say goodbye to the cross he deserved. Is these people involved going to be reprimanded for this? For doing this, like the command is saying, hey, you should have taken this guy down. But there's just this, like they're saying honor amongst these helpless people, you know, no matter what side you are, pilot versus pilot, happening there. Is that what they're saying? I mean, I guess we'll find out. Maybe we'll find out. But yeah, that line there, say goodbye to the cross he deserved. I don't know. That was just speculating. Love the Yarn Hub animations. These are great. It's got to be hard. I mean, you can't tell me it's not hard when you're in a war. They're saying this is 1943. War's been going on for years now, and oftentimes by this time in war, and I'm speaking this just from a lot of stuff I read about like World War I and stuff, and where the lines are started to be blurred in a war sometimes when the enemy the enemy, you're losing your humanity for them because after a war has been going on, you've seen so much death, you've seen so much destruction. People that you love have been affected by it. People, if you were in the military, other people in your squads and things have been killed, sometimes in front of you, and you grow this anger and resentment and lose that humanity of the person on the other side of the trench or whatever, and then you become a killing machine, right? And you lose that. But even if it's different here in World War II, you'd think that naturally that would still be a thing where these guys are bombing. I mean, they're bombing you, right? They're bombing you, and you're showing compassion to them. That's pretty incredible. All right, what do we got now? So was it just the one guy? So yeah, is it just the one? Is it speaking about one guy here? Like, where do they lead us? On the spot. Okay, now they're gonna help me. Miracle, huh? Thank you, whoever you were.
The story was kept secret until 1986,
All right.
when
History
Brown
time.
started the search for the German pilot who had shown mercy on that December day.
It is
all
just
those
down
years
to one
ago.
guy.
In 1990, Brown received a letter from a man named Stigler, who was living in Canada. Stigler explained that he had been the pilot of the German fighter who had escorted Ye Old Pub.
Wow.
This video is of their first meeting.
Okay, this is cool. So they're meeting up for the first time. This pilot has been trying to find this soldier who spared his life and led him to safety, and he finally, it looks like, found him. Okay, this could be great.
Franz, what were your feelings when you met again for the first time?
I was so happy as we met that I clapped him and hugged him. Wasn't easy.
Yeah.
Big time.
The fact that he risked his life really in many ways,
You did.
and I wrote him in a letter. I said, if you made a habit of feeling sorry for bomber crews, flag up alongside them, I am sure that you were shot down many times. But it was not only the audacity that he came up to us and then recognizing the threat. If someone had seen him and reported him,
Yeah.
it could have been a death sentence.
That's what I was saying earlier, that yeah, I was wondering if, so it sounds like this hadn't been known, like it was kind of kept secret, because you wouldn't, yeah, it'd be scary if you were that German pilot to go and then like go tell people, because you don't do that. It's war, right?
Franz gifted Charlie a book, and inside the inscription read, "In 1940, I lost my only brother as a night fighter. On the 20th of December, 4 days before Christmas,
changed.
I had the chance to save a B-17 from her destruction. A plane so badly damaged, it was a wonder that she was still flying. The pilot, Charlie Brown, is for me as precious as my brother was. Thanks,
So
Charlie. Your brother Franz."
So he saw his brother in this pilot that he didn't know. He's an enemy. Again, was bombing his, his military, his sites, his home, but saw that vision or whatever, that recollection of his brother who had, died. So, without his brother's death, he probably doesn't have those feelings of compassion for this pilot.
In 2008, within a few months of each other, the two firm friends went on their final journey. Franz Stigler never got the Knight's Cross, but as he always said, he got something better.
2014, a Sabaton fan was listening to the newly released album Heroes. I need a Sabaton. I need one.
Mark, go listen.
Okay, what's the connection? Shortly afterwards, his mother sent us this video.
Hi, my name is Jovita Tanstiegler. I would like to thank Sabaton and your song, No Bullets Fly. Because of this, the story of my father will live on. See you on your next concert
that's her.
tour. Safe journey, gentlemen, and again, thank you.
That's the daughter? Oh, and they gotta go? Oh, hopefully the band met up with him. Or with her. That's so cool, you guys. Let's talk about this full screen. All right, this is again why Sabaton need to be praised for what they do. I mean, it's already amazing that they've been able to build a career on historical stories, right? When not everybody in in the mainstream music listeners they love history, right? But at the same time, the music, of course, is great in the fact that you don't have to love history. You can like it for just for the music itself. And for me, it's both. But that these stories are being told through this great medium of music. And that's another great reason why this is happening. They tell these stories of these heroic deeds. And one thing that's great about Sabaton is they'll do any side, like, of a conflict. You know what I mean? They with World War I and World War II, which they've done extensively, there's these noble stories on both sides, and they kind of stay out of the politics of it, but just talk about the stories themselves. And that's a great way to do that. And it's a great way to teach history too, from those perspectives. But anyways, this is a great story. That's amazing. I did not know what was behind this song, and now I do. And that's such a cool thing. I guess, again, the biggest things that are taken away is it doesn't really say necessarily in the song if this kind of code that they refer to in the song is something that you would really find, generally speaking. Because again, like what I was saying, so much of the context of these wars is oftentimes a lack of humanity towards the end. But then there's always those stories of there are these humane stories that are inside of it. And I think those stories are so interesting to tell, because as you can imagine, it would be so easy to be the other way. It'd be so easy to be the one to go ahead and you saw this plane drop all these bombs and you're angry because they're fighting you, and you end it. You shoot them down. That'd be the easiest thing. That's like the easy way to go, when the harder one is to do something like spare somebody, especially in uncertainty. I mean, you never know. Maybe that guy, Charlie Brown there, he gets saved and then goes on some other campaign and kills a whole bunch of people. And then you have to live with the fact that you spared somebody. You know what I mean? That in the end could have caused more damage down the road. But in that moment, showing that humanity is very impressive. So that's a great thing. This is a great story. I'm glad that they did this extended version. By the way, thanks to all those people that were saying, no, you need to make sure that you watch the stories behind the Sabaton songs, because there's more than just the lyrics, right? And if I just seen the lyrics, I'd be like, oh, it wouldn't have made all that much sense, to be honest. Going through, because lyrics can only tell you so much. There's only so many words, right? But knowing the deeper story, I think, is important. I got to make sure I do that with every Sabaton song I can find. And they're doing such an amazing job, I've seen on their playlists and stuff, of trying to give background on like every song that they can. And they have a 20-year catalog. So, I mean, it's a lot to go off of. But I got a lot of work cut out for me to still do that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. And thanks if you've been around this long to the end. I'm assuming you're liking what I do, but make sure you hit that sub button. Love to see you around. Enable notifications so we can do this more. Let me know, other Sabaton songs with the backstories, especially ones that have really cool backstories that you really need to know beyond just the song itself and the lyrics. Let me know, especially those. Let me down in the comments know over there. Or come over to our Discord server. We got 8,000 people over there. I have a place where... a few places you can talk about this, but I have video suggestions, and you can find me over there sometimes to read what you guys got and get discussions going. But anyway, that would be great. Just want to plug one other thing. If you're into history merch, World War II, still got this one down below, Blue Shell to Berlin, our Teespring store. It's got our Mario Kart World War II stuff. So, by the way, look out for a new shirt coming soon. Keep an eye on that. All right, guys, and with that, we'll see you next time. Bye.